another thing about this is about consuming and slowing down. This is inside the numbers here. Marijuana, new survey and new study, can impair driving for over 5 hours, long after people think they are ready to drive. They're really not. This is since states have legalized marijuana, people feel like they're fine to drive when in reality they need several more hours before they really have their responses down. You know what I'm saying?
I'm still going to drive. I mean,
you are impaired. This is by definition.
This is not what we were hoping to hear from you.
Yeah,
that was not the response.
Are you one of those guys when your car goes by, everybody knows it's you smoking?
I don't smoke in the car.
No,
I will say that.
No, never do that. No.
I mean, I may have it on my shirt or something, but
don't protest too much.
Yeah. Well, I would never do. I
never.
No. I know. Seriously, I'll tell you.
Well, come by the carpool line at the middle school.
Oh, yeah, believe me, I know it's done. I know it.
Those moms are stressed out.
Need a little break. Need a little stress break.
Yeah.
Nothing like a middle school mom in carpool pickup line.
They don't care about anything.
They don't, because they have to get to soccer. They have to get the kids to the tutor, and they're late getting the kids to pick up.
One time we talked about
madness.
A year ago, we were talking about something about marijuana legalization. And a woman emailed me and said she's a mom, and the first thing she likes to do when she gets her kids off to school is go back home and have a quick joint, just to totally de-stress her for the day. It's just one of those things. We're stressed,
Are you an end of the day guy, Kelly?
I don't really use, I don't.
All right, you're not under oath.
Biggie. Yeah.
BB Shea, are you an end of the day guy or just whenever you feel the need?
Definitely end of the day.
Are you really?
Yeah, I'm not much of a wake and baker.
No. I used to do that years ago now in college and stuff. You'd be like, all right, let's do I was introduced to the term.
You gonna do one?
I was introduced to the term wake and bake. I didn't know what that was. And when I figured it out, I was like, all right, we can try that.
That dumbass is down in the kitchen.
Did y'all ever highball?
I don't know what that is.
Indulge and then go play basketball?
No.
That was a lot of fun.
Highball.
How about that is fun?
Yeah.
Did you find you played better?
No.
No.
It was all terrible. It was bad, but it was fun.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
Yeah. I would think you'd have almost more concentration.
No, we were too busy laughing.
More concentration. Dude.
It can focus you. Sometimes it can focus you.
Right. I remember we used to play tons of pickup basketball.
Yeah.
And Kelly did too. That's, it was one of the things we bonded on early.
Uh-huh.
But I remember playing some basketball games, like probably in Richmond against some adult men, because we'd play anywhere against anybody.
Yes.
And sometimes you'd smell alcohol on their breath. I'm like, how could you be drinking beer and playing basketball?
I agree with that. That is hard for me to imagine. Like, even when I play tennis or now pickleball, sometimes people have a beer between games, and I'm like, how can you do that? I want to be
because it's fun.
And I'm against that.
Yeah.
Well, one guy swears, I'll have a beer and play better. He'll say, it kind of relaxes him, and
I think it's self-hypnosis or self-delusion.
You don't think that's real? That they're
no. I think every scientist will say it slows down your reflexes.
Yeah.
In some form.
But now I think he would say, I need to slow down. I need to be able to kind of, I don't know. It's
like, what is he? The Matrix?
Yeah. Yeah.
I need to see the bullet, man.
There's a lot of that, Well,
whoa, that was fast, man.
Pickle is kind of like the Matrix, when you get.
It is.
Well, if you're in a firefight, a lot of times.
What?
A firefight. Have I explained firefights to you? You know what a firefight is?
No.
That's when you're at the net and you're dinking, so it's a slow game. Dink, dink, dink. But then somebody speeds it up on you, and you gotta get it back really fast, and then all of a sudden it's a fire. You got a firefight on your hands. So sometimes the ball's going out, but you hit it anyway. But if you can get out of the way of it, some people will say Matrix because you're moving out of the way.
Now remember, I've seen video of you play. And to this day, I swear that someone slowed the tape down.
The video down.
I don't know how you can do that. It's like playing at half speed, and you swear that's real speed.
That was real speed. I was surprised at how unathletic we looked. In that. I must say,
I've seen elephants walk into a big top circus. faster.
With their tails tied to their
tails
trunks.
and noses together.
It
trunks.
was very surprising, and I agree. I was surprised to see it that way. The other term I learned just recently, if you're playing and the ball...
This is pickle term?
Yeah. I think you'll really like this. If the ball hits your paddle twice in one motion, sometimes it'll just, the way the angle is, if it's going fast, it'll hit the paddle twice and it'll make a sound. It'll go like, and it's legal as long as if it's in one motion.
Okay.
You know, that's kind of a subjective thing, but
Isn't that I think that's illegal in tennis, right?
you can't hit it twice. It's easier to do in pickleball. It happens about once every 4 or 5 games. Somebody will just, I don't know how, but you'll hear the pop up. You know, you'll hit it twice. But as long as you're doing one motion, not like trying to hit it twice, then it's legal. And so if somebody does this, sometimes they'll apologize to you because it's like a cheap point, you know. And so a friend of mine the other night said, "Sorry about the paddle snake," and it's because it sounds like a rattlesnake. It goes. And so it's like, "Sorry about that paddle snake." And like, yeah, okay, all right.
I'll touch your tip on that.
Y'all enjoy being cute, don't you?
We like our different terms.
We're in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Paddle snake.
Firefight.
Firefight.
Oh, the firefight. Dinks and Ernie's and Bert's.
What's that?
You know that? Ernie is when if you see a shot coming, you sort of jump over the kitchen and you set up the shot. Like, I'll hit it to you in a certain spot, and I know where you're going to put it, so I jump the kitchen kind of coming around the net and slam it on you. It's a really effective shot. Well, they call it an Ernie. I don't know why it's called an Ernie, but if you do it backhand, that's a Bert.
But it had nothing to do with closeted lifestyle.
I don't know
I was
what
getting
it
ready
is.
to say, there's got to be some tie in here.
I don't know what it is. I don't know why it's called an Ernie, but I mean, you hear Ernie a lot. They're like, nice Ernie. But then rarely do you hear a Bert, but because backhand's
Ernie.
much harder to do. But the forehand, it's done. I mean, young people do this a lot because they're you fast.
Have the high schools embraced pickleball yet at high school
Well, yeah,
levels?
yeah. My daughter plays it in PE. They have it set
But
up.
they don't have official
No,
teams yet, do they? The schools?
No. They have like temporary nets and they do it
Okay.
at PE.
But you know it's coming.
I wouldn't doubt it with the popularity being, and I do see it's younger and younger that I
Yeah.
see. My friend Devin, who gets us our cheer wine,
Your soda man.
he's 23 now. He'll Ernie all day long. I can't tell you how many times he's Ernie me, and I'll be like, Devin, I hate you for that. God,
That's a good Ernie.
And a lot of times when they Ernie, it's right there to your belly button, Boom. Just right, and you just absorb it. God, it's
Like
so,
that fat guy getting hit with a cannonball?
exactly. And it's so embarrassing too. Because every time I do it, like you put the ball in the wrong place and then it's just wide open for an Ernie. And then my partner, the D's, will be like, "You've got to watch that move from him." And I'm like, "I know I've got to watch that move from him." Because he does it all the time, And I'm like, God, it makes me so mad. But what am I supposed to do? You know?
He's going to Ernie you every time.
Yeah. What am I mean, I could try a modified lobster, but there's no way.
What about a rubber ducky?
I could try the rubber ducky. I don't think it's an effective strategy against an Ernie like that. I've
What
said
about a what's-its?
I'm not going to do a what's it. It's gimmicky. I'm just not.
You're a purist.
I'm a purist. I'm not going to do that. We're on to marijuana now. Here's the
Oh,
point.
that's right.
You got to wait at least 5 hours after consuming a marijuana
It's
cigarette.
like waiting an hour after you eat to swim.
That's right. that's right. And
Are you saying all marijuana leaves your system after 5 hours?
let me read the exact it says that marijuana typically stays in people's system 5 hours longer than they think it does.
5 hours longer than you think it
Yeah,
does.
so basically people are driving
So that makes more sense.
and they need to wait about another 5 hours before they drive.
Wow.
I think that's why we're
That explains carpool.
I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. The concentration of THC in blood and oral fluid can tell how stoned a person is, and they find it in your system way longer than.
Does
you
this
think.
regardless of consumption method?
Yeah, it does say that. Yeah, but they did the test on people smoking, the actual smoking.
Good old-fashioned Jay?
Good old-fashioned Jay, exactly. Oh, wait a minute. My friend Devin just texted me, and he's like, "Can't stop my Ernie, bro." That's right. That's right. I cannot stop his
It's
Ernie.
like the Kareem Skyhook.
It makes
Can't stop
me
it.
so mad. I'm going to start lobbing him. I'm going to do a lobster right over. But He'll just slam it right down my throat. And he says, "Can't stop my Ernie, bro." And he knows it. He's like right in my face.
He's too agile?
Yeah, he's too quick. He's the one. Now, he's only 23. But if the ball rolls 3 courts away, he'll be, "I got it," and just race over there and get it. And the rest of us old guys are just like, "Thank God." That's why I invited him.
Take your time, son.
Yeah. And he'll jump the net to go and get it. It's like, that's why I invite you. Go get the ball. He goes and gets the ball. He's in the
Looking like a Labrador retriever.
He is. He's unbelievable. He's so athletic and he's so young. And the rest of us just look at him like, God. Most of us had replacement joints. I told you that earlier. It's just unbelievable.
The smell of liniment hanging in the air.
Yeah. And he's like, "What's that?"
Icy hot.
Yeah. You don't even know what that is. He has no idea.
Mix of weed and icy hot.
He has no idea.
I didn't know Ben was gay.
Ben gay and icy hot and weed. That's what I smell out there. Exactly.